Let's talk about how to graph using slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. Y equals mx plus b, all that means is that y is isolated on one side. In other words, if you don't have y by itself, you solve for y. Once you solve for y, we have enough information to graph. The m, which is in front of the x, is always the slope. B will be the y value of the y-intercept, which is a point on the y-axis. That's all we need to graph. And so, let's do a couple of examples and show you how to do that. So the first one we're looking at is y equals 7x plus 9. You'll notice that it's already y equals, which means we already know what the slope is, and we already know what the y-intercept is. The slope is in front of the x, which is 7. The y-intercept, the y value is 9, so it's 0, 9. Now let's look at 7. And think of it as 7 over 1. How about a positive 7 over positive 1? It's also the same as negative 7 over negative 1. And since slope is the same as rise over run, we're going to use that to graph the line. So let's start with the only point we know for sure on the line, which is 0, 9. So that's on the y-axis. X value is 0, y value is 9. That puts it right here. From this point, we're going to use the slope to find a second and then a third point. But we only need two, but I'm going to show you how you can use both of these to find two more points. Start with the plus 7 over plus 1. Since it's going to rise at plus 7 and run at plus 1, that means we're going to go up 7, right 1 from this point. So let's go up 7. Make sure I count it correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And run to the right 1. Now we could also use negative 7 over negative 1 because the negative divided by negative is a positive. That means we would go down 7 and left 1. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, left 1. And you'll notice all these 3 points, if we had a straight edge, we would know better that these would be on a line. In fact, let's use an envelope. You can use anything. I just happen to have this laying around. And there you go. We just graphed y equals 7x plus 9. Let's do another one. Let's do B part. 2x plus 3y equals 12. Now if you notice, it's not y equals, so we can't quickly identify the slope and the y-intercept. What that means is, we're going to solve for y. We're going to begin by subtracting 2x to get the y term by itself. And then we're going to divide by 3. Now, you'll notice it's y equals 4 minus 2/3 x. I prefer to write it like this. I always like to write the x term first. That's negative 2/3 x, and that 4 doesn't have a sign in front of it, which means it's positive 4. So I highly recommend thinking of it as y equals negative 2/3 x plus 4. What that means is that our slope is negative 2/3, which is the same as 2 over negative 3. And the y-intercept will be 0, 4. So let's plot the points as we did before, which means we're going to start with the y-intercept because this is the only point we know for sure on the line. 0, 4 is up 4 from the x-axis, so put 0, 4 on the y-axis. Let's use negative 2 over 3. Rise is negative 2, run is 3. When we rise to the negative, we're going to go down 2, and then we're going to run a positive 3, that's to the right 3. So down 2, right 3 from this point. Down 2, right 3. We could also use this fraction, this slope, where we just put the negative in the denominator, which means we're going to go up 2, left 3. Up 2, left 3. And once again, if we take any kind of straight edge, that's close enough, we'll have our line. Something to point out, anytime the slope is positive, from left to right, the line's going to go up. If the slope is negative, we know the line's going to go down. So things to keep in mind as you do these, just as a quick check. And that's all you do.